Hey, what's up, my friend? Welcome back to Project Unchained. Today I want to talk about a truth of life, death. To understand what I mean by truth of life, let's first think about it through the lens of belief versus truth. And thinking about some learnings and teachings that I've gotten from Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. One of the things that he talks about that I think really helps highlight this is the difference between a truth and a belief. A belief, you have to say yes to it for it to A belief, you have to say yes to it for it to exist. The truth, it doesn't care whether you agree with it or not. It will exist. So there's the line. That's the main difference between the truth and a belief. And it's important that we delineate and differentiate between the two so that we can talk about the subject a little bit more clearly. Again, the difference between a belief and a truth. Belief, you have to say yes to it. The truth doesn't care whether you agree with it or not. It still exists. And one of the universal life truths for every human, for every animal, for every living object on this planet is death. At some point, every living object on this planet will cease to exist. It will die. It will change forms. We'll talk about that in another day. One of the biggest things that drives a lot of people's lives is fear of death. And it drives so many things that we do in so many different ways. It's really interesting. The thing that I think about, though, is if we're operating from that space of fearing death, then we're avoiding it. We're avoiding life. And there's a difference between avoidance and respecting something that's dangerous, something that could actually end your life. And the ability to differentiate between a life-threatening situation and just a scary situation is different. So it's important to understand that avoiding death, you can't avoid the inevitable. There's a better way to channel that fear, in my opinion, particularly when we talk about the fear of death. Again, avoidance, that's not living. We can't avoid death. Nobody can escape that. All we end up doing if we're avoiding death and trying to never have it happen is we're avoiding the possibility of life experiences. Life experiences that who knows what that will bring to you. We never know until we go through it. So how do we really channel that fear into something that can propel us forward in a positive direction, in a positive way, and in an empowering way? If we know it's going to end, then what that does for me, well, I better do the thing now. I better live life now. I better stop avoiding some of those other things that I'm scared of, which I'm going to talk about in a future video. Those fears are a lie. I need to do the thing now today. I need to stop avoiding things that are not life-threatening. At the end of the day, we're going to die anyway. We have to stop letting that fear dictate so much of what we do. Not tomorrow, now. Which brings me to another life truth, which is the reason why this is important. The only moment that exists is right now. The moment of me creating this video, the moment of you watching this video, the present moment, the moment that exists right now in this time space, it's the only moment that exists. Memories, sure, like we can remember an event that happened in the past. A lot of times we don't even remember them correctly. And it's just a memory. It's not the actual thing that's happening. The future, you don't know if you're going to have a future. You don't know if tomorrow will exist for a lot of different reasons. You could get in a car accident and die on your way home from work. An asteroid could hit the earth. Who knows? There's all kinds of different possibilities that could prevent the future from occurring. But we cannot fear that. We have to use that to channel being present. We have to use that to channel doing things and not avoiding them. My challenge for you, I want you to assess where in your life you are avoiding things and try to understand why you're avoiding them. Remember, awareness is that agent of change. So if we want to cultivate some change and start being in the present moment, start doing the things that really propel us forward in life, we have to have some awareness of why we're avoiding some of those hard things or difficult things. And in understanding where we're avoiding things and understanding why we're avoiding them, those are the things that can really help empower us to make a different choice, to lean into that fear, to lean into that discomfort, to do the thing now and stop putting it off. That's really important because, again, universal truth, life will end for every living thing on this planet, no matter what you do. So you may as well Get out there and live right now and live today and stop avoiding things that are outside of your control. That is massively important. And in the next video, I'm going to expand on that. Right now, I want you to marinate on the idea that the universal truth of life is death. That is a little bit doomy and gloomy, but it's also the truth, whether you agree with it or not. So we have to embrace that. We have to embrace the truth in order to get unchained. And that's why we're here. Let's get unchained. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.